ice drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Jesus in the belly of the beast, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk, see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge don't sink in? Life gives you limits and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my...
They don't know my name. I'll get through the...
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so...
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the first drive down for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They run the draw play. This is Khan. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Draw play.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And Robinson with a big catch. There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
A gain of 2 on the play. And this is 3rd.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25.
Good for
A big play there for the Niners. 61 yards.
22-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
49er, first down.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now a carry for Kyle. As we settle in and get ready to watch the next chapter of this storied NFL rivalry unfold, you've likely noticed the lack of pregame theatrics in comparison to what we were used to last season.
Yeah, it's absolutely been noticeable because we haven't heard the noise leading into this game where these guys are going back and forth with each other.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're already looking up at a 6. It's still plenty of time to go, 1st quarter. But work to be done as they come up 1st and 10. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
He was tackled.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 16 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Russell Wilson.
A lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Chris Carson.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
And the Seahawks, first down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end.
Wilson's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. This is Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
First down, Seahawks.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At the 48-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Cobb, and some room to roam now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 for the Niners there, and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. That's strong running. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
It's a gain of 7.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
3 yards to go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
To Bill Disley.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Number 81.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. There's Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Hopkins on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles as they'll do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. More good stuff later in the afternoon. One being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
San Francisco.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, but, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever. Vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love? Four verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Samuel, complete. Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Brings up second and 10.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
To Will Disley.
11 yards there, first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Carson, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
The 17.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Good. Makes the score Niners 22.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Wilson's pass.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Play there on 3rd down, give him 25 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it 2nd down. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Wilson will throw again. Being chased out left. He's going to take off, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Throwing is Wilson.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Pretty move. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. The pass. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Wilson's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun on 3rd down. And some space here. There he goes right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain.
14.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
The onside kick recovered by...
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, they'll be feeling pretty good heading into next week. A lot of confidence comes with a win over a division rival, especially when they had the edge in the season series last year.
That's for sure. And my hope is that we see this team healthy the next time these two meet up, though. Because even though the war of words, for a lot of people, they might think it's a little bit immature. You and I both love that dynamic. They were gritty, and they were getting after each other. We've missed the fireworks.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa.
This was a game that had been circled on my calendar all year long. Going up against two legitimate defensive superstars in a rivalry game? If that kind of challenge can't get you up for a game, what will? I knew there was probably no right answer to this question. We were dealing with two all-pro caliber players, but I just had to find a way to needle my rival one more time.
from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nash. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the
ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
By the 49ers. They'll take over first and...
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now it's Carson. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
At their own 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First down.
Now, this is the second meeting of the season between these two division rivals, and as was the case earlier in the year, there seems to be a more reserved and serious approach from both of these teams heading into this late season matchup than we saw last year.
Yeah, I think maybe the coaches have had enough of the social media antics going into this game. From what we heard this week, they went old school and said, let's just cut this nonsense out. And to be clear, this rivalry has never needed all that off-field noise. Plenty of history between these two franchises. And this year especially, we know we don't need anything distracting us from the fact that both of these teams look like they could be Super Bowl contenders. Let's just go play the game.
Flushed out right. Winds up and lets it go for... That's caught inside the 20. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 14 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, it's Carson, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
They run it with Carson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covered.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. A big reason why they've been so successful, this defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's when it's really difficult because defensively you can have a game plan and try to account for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
And nothing but daylight ahead.
Woo, yeah!
Touchdown, 49ers.
San Francisco.
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. What an excellent run. And from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
3rd and 8.
Wilson on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run the screen with Carson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Passer defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first down, Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Buying time to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool...
He's got it at the 15. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front in that one. The Cards trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that one, all even as they play the visiting Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
Wilson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Nash. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nash. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first.
9-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a game.
CD, let me ask you this. Earlier you referenced that both of these teams look like potential Super Bowl contenders, and therefore obviously very possible that they might meet again in the postseason. That being the case, are either teams maybe holding anything back, not wanting to show too much here in the second half?
I'm glad you asked me that, because I truly don't think so. To me, this rivalry runs so deep on both a player and an organizational level. Look, it's city to city. I don't think either team's going to be playing their cards too close to the vest. Plus, these two teams are so familiar with each other, I don't think there's anything to be gained by holding anything back. Go ahead and throw your best stuff at them, and let's see what happens.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This duo locked in, 14 yards there. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
The kicker on for the
So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
for San Francisco.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
They're all about the numbers, aren't
All
you?
about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And the Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Metcalf once again the target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And 22 more yards there and another first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A gain of 18.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
49ers.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Touchdown. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. It's complete. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And now spinning away. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind. And this time, they get it to him a more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
Number 27, the ball carrier.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
It's a pickup of 3.
They keep it on the ground. Cobb again. At the 20. He's got the first down inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
I got you. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eric Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
2nd and 4.
Flush to his right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
Winds up and lets it go. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Even a total offense could not make a difference in this. Straight wins in this rivalry now.
Oh, I love how bold you went there, partner. I love how you put the prediction out there. But I tend to agree with you because, to me, these are 2 of the better teams in the conference. And I think it'd be fantastic if we could get another round between these 2 rivals in a must-win game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.